Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Telma. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. It means the world to me. And if you're new here, thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed this video and you consider subscribing to my channel as well. Yes, and today I'll be talking about the things that you need to know before coming to Japan. They are very important things that you need to know before coming to Japan. So stay tuned. So just to talk about the things that you should know before coming to Japan, they're really important. So I will be talking about them in no particular order, so just stay tuned. So the number one thing on my list is that the Japanese people are really nice. Yes, they are really nice. So before I came to Japan, I lost the fear. I was wondering if the Japanese were racist. I reached out to a friend who is living in Japan, and she assured me that there were no racism, and I still had my concerns until I came here. I think that the Japanese people judge you based on your character, your person, and not the country you're coming from. So I think you should really not be so concerned about racism when you're coming. I don't think they are racist. I understand some people must have experienced racism, and I'm really sorry, but I haven't experienced it, so I'm glad, and I think I should say that I've had a pleasant experience so far. And the next one I would say is really the worst thing about living in Japan. One of the worst things, maybe, for me, is that the weather sucks. Like, I'm yet to discover what season I am in love with. I think so far it could be this autumn. Let's even talk about winter. Winter is just really cold. I think it's the most depressing season on earth. Like, it's really cold. And to think that I used to fantasize about winter when I was in my home country, because we don't have seasons, right? I used to fantasize about winter. I used to fantasize about how I'm going to take like cute pictures with like the winter jacket and all. But I just found that winter is really not about the cute jackets and all. It's really a season that is really depressing. So to even make things worse, here in Japan, they don't have a central heating, so your house is literally always very cold. It's just cold. I mean, there's just a part of the house that has like an air conditioner that doubles up as a heater, but every other part of your house will be really cold. So I suggest that you should keep that in mind, that you have to get a portable heater for your house when you're coming as well. So another thing on my list, I would say, is that you will not starve. I'm sure you're happy to hear that you will not starve. When I was coming, I was afraid that I was going to only find Japanese food. I wasn't sure if I would find my African, shop where I could shop for my African food stuff. But I'm very, happy that I found an African store here in Japan, luckily. So even if you're not African, there are different restaurants. So there are a variety of food here in Japan. There are Thai restaurants, there are Chinese restaurants, there are different kinds of restaurants. So don't be afraid, just come. You will eat to your satisfaction. Yeah. The next one on my list is that earthquake is very common. So when you come, don't be afraid of the earthquake. Don't panic, because you won't find anybody screaming if in Japan when there's an earthquake. So I'll give you a story. So when I came to Japan and I experienced earthquake, it was at night. I was so scared. Like, I was already at the door. I was about to run out, and I didn't see people running up and down. I was really shocked. I was like, how can this thing happen and everyone is so calm? So staying here, I've just realized that it's really a normal thing. So just know that it's very common. So when you experience earthquake, don't panic. Just be very calm. It's very normal. Another thing on my list is that you should do away with handshake. I mean, there are no handshakes. So what you should learn now is to bow. So you're gonna be bowing at every minutes, I think at every point you're just bowing. They just bow a lot, right? I definitely always feel like I think I'm like a lizard, Nakama lizard right now, because I'm literally always bowing for everything. Even when someone just say hello, I don't even know when I just bow, and then you see I'm bowing. It's just a bowing culture here in Japan. So if you cannot bow, I think you should find an exercise that could help you bow more. Otherwise, just learn to keep your head down so that it just seems like you're bowing and you're very respectful. So keep that in mind. Another thing you should know is that don't be so kind to, leave tips when you get a service. So I'm saying that when you go to, for example, McDonald's, and you buy something, and then there's like a 10 yen change, and you're feeling very generous, and you hand over to the sales clerk some tips, you could get into trouble for just doing that. So please don't be so generous to give tips. Yeah, don't do that. Thank you. The next one you should know is that developed countries don't always have street lights. I'm not saying that Japan doesn't have street lights, but I think you should just bear that in mind, that sometimes you will walk in the dark. Okay, so just keep your torch ready. I mean you will see, but I'm just telling you that it's not everywhere. Another thing you should know is that signatures are not common. So when you're coming to Japan, be looking to get a hanko. In Japan, signatures are not common, as I said. Hanko is, so I'll leave the picture of a hanko here. So a hanko, it just has your name or your signature, whatever the case is, where you just put it on an ink, and then you sign, you stamp on the paper, and I think I really like that, because I think it eliminates fraud. No one can really forge your hanko, right? Unlike your signature, where people can learn the patterns of your signature. Another thing you should know is that you will not lose your way. So yes, when I was coming to Japan, I was like, oh, the signs could be in Japanese. How would I find my way around? I was so scared of getting missing, but the signs are also written in English. They might not speak English, but the signs are also written in English. And even if they weren't, I want to tell you that there is something called Google Maps. So get ready to use Google Maps, and trust me, you will not lose your way. Though I have a friend that never uses Google Maps, he says that it is not, it doesn't give him the correct direction, but I just think that he doesn't know how to read the map with Google Maps. But I would close my mouth so that just in case he watches this video, Okay, so let's move on. So the next one is that you should know that Japan is very big on time. So if you are someone that goes for an event late, I think you should keep that attitude in your home country. So when you come to Japan, timing is very important. So you really need to get to your events on time, and I don't mean 12 on the dot. I mean like very early. So if you have like a meeting for 12, I think you should get there by 11:30, because even they themselves will be there way before the time they told you. So they're very big on timekeeping. Yeah. And another thing is that if you have a big feet size, just get your shoes from your home country. The sizes here in Japan are really small, and I'm very blessed that that I have a small feet, so I don't really have to order. I always find my shoe sizes here. So I'm just telling you, just in case you have like a big feet. Another thing you should know is that if you're big on the downside, just like me, you find it difficult to find a jeans that properly fit. So please get them from your home country, or you order online. Yes, so we've come to the end of the video. If you're living in Japan, please share in my comment section the things that you think people should know about Japan. And I hope you found this video helpful. I keep saying that please people should please leave video suggestions for me in my comment section. I really want a video suggestion in my comments section, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and comment. Thank you.